Thank you so much to everyone who has been super patient while I made this video. I finally have it together. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is that I have 3 different kinds of cleansing products that I like to use. Now, a lot of these depend on what I'm doing, deep cleaning or just spot cleaning. Now, because we're all water conscious, I have a bowl of water here to demonstrate how I wash my brushes, and I also have these exfoliating tools. They're actually a pot holder and a rubber dog brush that I got at a store at Daiso. I think they're similar to other competitive exfoliating brushes, but at a much cheaper cost. So now to get started, I'm going to show you how I clean my beauty blenders and makeup sponges. These are the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponges. The Beauty Blender Solid, it comes at about $15, depending on if you buy it in a set. It could be slightly cheaper. This is a perfect way to travel with a soap when you are bringing brushes and you want to clean them on the go. You swirl the sponge like in the areas where you use them the most, and that for me is on the opposite ends, and then having it wet and creating soap bubbles will start to extract a lot of the liquid that's in it. Especially when I start to squeeze it, you'll see the product come out, and that's the most important thing. Squeezing and rubbing, and you might have to do it 1 to 2 times depending on how saturated your sponge is, but it's so worth it because these sponges can become moldy if you do not clean them regularly, and it's just better for applying when the sponges feel brand new. Oh, it looks so pretty when it's all new and clean. Now this one is a relatively new one, so it is easier to clean. I'm just going to show you with the Zote soap how easy and simple and comparable it is to the Beauty Blender Solid. And this I got for about 99 cents at your local grocery store. It's actually a detergent, so a lot of people will shave it down like will grate it like cheese, and then will use it in their laundry. But I like it for washing my brushes. I have a previous video that I will link down below on how I use the Zote soap, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and check the bottom bar. Now this sponge is relatively new, so as you can see, that old one, it looks a lot different, so it's going to clean differently and maybe take a little bit more effort when you're washing it, so I'm going to do it the same way. Moving on to more traditional brushes. So as you can see, this brush has been dipped into bronzer many times, and so I'm going to use the Zote soap. I swirl it in there, get a good amount of soap on it, and then I'm going to take this dog brush. Now because it has all these bristles, it makes it easy to get deep into those bristles to really clean everything out. Now some comparable brands are like Sigma, but I don't feel the need to pay for the extra, I guess, texture that comes into those rubber things. I think that this is enough, and it really shows that it's effective. So after rinsing, you'll see the brush is just as beautiful as if you bought the expensive kind. So there you go. So here's another version of the same idea. This I think is a pot holder of some sort, but the different grooves in it makes it possible to exfoliate the brush bristles. So as you can see, now I'm squeezing it, and when you're squeezing out water from a brush, you always want to make it downward so that it doesn't deactivate the glue. So for spot cleaning, or for when I'm maybe doing a video and I want my brushes to be clean right away, I like to use Cinema Secrets. It's really great. Smells a little bit of vanilla. It used to bother me, but now it doesn't as much. And so when I dip it into solution, I try to dip as lightly as possible depending on what the size of the brush is, because the longer you dip it in, the more the liquid will rise up the bristles. And so taking it on a paper towel or a regular towel, I like to rub it until it is clean, and as you can see, all the product goes away, and then your brushes are ready for the next use. Now this is probably the most anticipated part of this video, washing oval brushes. I made an oval brush video down below, and one of the most asked questions is how to wash it, and to be honest, I wash them exactly the same. So I use the dog brush just to exfoliate the brush bristles, like so, and then the only difference is I hold it from the base of the brush instead of the handle, because the handle is a little bit more flimsy. And then when I rinse it, the most important part is to not squeeze the sides of the brushes, because you're going to deactivate the glue that holds the bristles down. And so what I do instead is I pat it on a paper towel, trying to get all the excess water out, pressing it so that all of that goes, and then I lay them flat to dry. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I clean my beauty tools. If you have any questions or comments, please place them down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!